Did you guys miss me?
Yeah.
9 days, I haven't talked to you.
Did you miss us?
I thought about you a lot. Yeah, obviously big game this week. I think the Bears are a really good football team. You know, they're outstanding on defense. Special teams, they do a great job. And offensively, I think they've really improved. They give you a lot of things that you have to deal with. A lot more speed offensively than they've had in the past. So this will be a good contest, a great challenge for us this week.
What stands out to you about some of the leaps Mitchell Trubisky seems to have made?
You know, excuse me, I think he's done really in pretty much everything. But, you know, there's been times he's had some free runners. And, you know, it looks like they're telling him, hey, you got to get the ball out. He gets the ball out with accuracy. There's other times when it looks like Fran Tarkenton scrambling. You know, some of the runs he made are unbelievable. You know, and they're obviously using them a bunch of different ways. But I think the command of the offense is probably his biggest thing. You know, he's being able to go through progressions more now. You know, I know, you know, when they're in their no huddle, they're telling, you know, what plays to call and things like that. So, you know, it's a little bit of that style.
Mike, what have they changed defensively? They had 16 interceptions halfway through the year. I mean, I think they had 3 years in a row. It's only 8. So.
Yeah, they honestly, Mark, they haven't changed that much defensively, you know, but they got, except for Khalil Mack,
Yeah.
you know, which adds to some of those poor throws and pressure. But their defensive front's outstanding. I think Leonard Floyd's playing a lot better now. You know, their two corners are both very good. Eddie Jackson's a little bit more of a ball hawk. You know, since they've added him, I think that's helped, and he's playing with a lot more confidence.
Mike, do you have to put more emphasis on ball security this week, given all the turnovers they've been able to create?
Yeah, and their points off of turnovers are huge. You know, I think it's second in the league. So we're going to have to do a great job of possessing the ball and keeping it, and making sure that we do a good job with being patient in a lot of ways.
How much similarity is there between their offense and the stuff you see from Philadelphia or San Francisco, Los Angeles, some of the misdirection stuff and motions and everything?
I mean, there's a little bit. It's more Kansas City-ish, honestly. But there's a little bit of, you know, all different styles. I mean, you know, there's no way you can practice every one of their plays. They've got 800 of them for every game.
Is there enough out there, Mike, on?
Excuse me?
You think their running game is better than anyone you played this year?
I don't know. I mean, it's over? Does that mean it's over? Sorry. Their running game's good. I mean, Cohen's a heck of a back. You know, and Jordan Howard is a guy that adds a lot of physicality. You know, he's always been a good runner. You know, he had 144 against us the first time when we played him last year. It's a different style running game, I guess. You know, the quarterback adds a lot of runs to it. You know, they've got the zone reads and, you know, the options and things like that. So it's a different style to me. And some of the runs are, you know, normal runs that you see.
They had put so
Mike,
much
is there enough-
emphasis on that group of pass catchers that they brought in during free agency and the draft. How has that helped Trubisky take that next step, especially kind of in this stretch of the last 3 games where he's looked different?
Yeah, well, their team speed is much better now. You know, I think Patty Gabriel, you know, he's an extremely fast guy. Burton, you know, Robinson, those guys have all added a lot of things to them. And then you throw in there Cohen and Anthony Miller, who's done a nice job. I think, you know, they're opening things up a lot more. You know, this isn't a 2 yards and a cloud of dust deal.
Is there enough out there on tape for you to kind of know what Nagy's offense is at this point? I mean, you look back at some of the
Well, we're going to
stuff.
get new plays. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no doubt in my mind we're going to get new plays. But I mean, you know, they've got their core group of plays that they're going to run, and you know, but every week you're going to get new plays. You're going to get new formations. You're going to get new personnel groups. That's part of the NFL.
Do you have an idea, Mike, how you're going to use them here, Abdullah, yet?
We'll see how the week goes.
players, obviously welcome the rest, with the bye week. Did you get any?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I kept waking up early like always, but maybe toward the end of the couple days off, I slept in a little bit.
You've called Andre Patterson the best defensive line coach in the NFL. What makes him such a good coach?
You know, really what makes all good coaches good. He develops his players. He's tough on them, but he's got a great relationship with them. He works hard at technique. You know, he sees things and how to improve players. And I think those things are all, you know, that's what makes a good coach. You see a guy that has the ability to do something, and then you help teach him the technique and learn, or you see something, maybe he can try something a little bit better to become good. And but Andre has a great relationship with those guys, but he's tough. You know, when he needs to be, he's tough. But he's like a mother hen the rest of the time. You know, you know, he's always been a great sounding board to me, and a great friend as well.
Like with the turnovers.
Talk about Amir, what he brings to the team.
Well, you know, he's a guy that has great acceleration, quickness, catches the ball well, returner. So, you know, we're just hopeful that we add another big play piece to the offense, another thing that, you know, that Flip can use. I think that, you know, similar to what the Bears are doing with, you know, adding some of their kind of guys. So maybe, you know, maybe we can add a little bit more speed. Maybe we use a little bit more unique things in some of the things we're doing.
Coach, do you think you might have your full arsenal for the first time this year?
I don't know yet. I think we're getting healthier, but I won't know, you know, until later on in the week.
So you've won 4 of the last 5, Coach. I think since week 5, double the takeaways with your football team. Where have you specifically seen the most improvement with your team as we kind of get ready and hit this Thanksgiving stage?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot better with our running game. You know, our passing game has been pretty good all year long, but I think the running game has helped solidify the variation in the offense. And then defensively, we've obviously improved in the last 5 weeks a ton from where we were. We're playing much better on the back end, not giving up near as many big plays. You know, the run game, we've always been pretty decent against the run. You know, I just think overall in some of the key areas we've improved quite a bit.
Khalil Mack's been touted as that game changer, but is there one area that you can see how he affects all, you know, 10 other on defense and helping elevate their play since he's joined the Bears?
Well, I think he's added a lot of swagger to the football team. You know, I think they have swagger anyway, but I think he's added some to it, knowing that, you know, they've got a guy of his caliber that's in there. He really adds a lot of physicality to their defense, and I think that's part of it. You know, not just the rush part. You know, everybody knows he's a good rusher, but the physicality of defeating a tight end, defeating an offensive tackle, the aggressive nature that he plays with. I think that probably adds to all the other guys.
Can you remember any other time in the league where I mean, the conversation nationally is that it's one player. It seems like there's always been this one player in Khalil Mack that's been touted as he is the reason that this defense has been able to elevate to this level. Can you think of another, I guess, player that's come in maybe, you know, mid-season, beginning of the season like him, where it's kind of been that same thing?
Well, I think Reggie White was kind of like that when he went from Philadelphia to Green Bay, but that's a long time ago. But, you know, they were a pretty damn good defense a year ago. I mean, they were like top 10 a year ago. So, yeah, obviously they've improved. They're healthy. You know, I don't think they had a lot of injuries defensively. And adding a guy like him is going to be a big factor in getting them better. You know, I think it allows them to play the style of defense that they would like to play.
When you're facing a quarterback like Trubisky that runs around as much as he does, how much does it help to have more depth in the defensive line now with Everson back and Weatherly kind of having asserted himself in the last few weeks here?
Yeah, it's important. You know, you kind of roll those guys a little bit, that you get a chance to, you know, and it's also important to have athletic guys in there. You know, all of our ends are pretty athletic, so that would be, you know, I'm sure that would be a huge factor for us, hopefully. But you know, it's been able to rush him the right way. You know, if you just rush and you don't care where he's at, then you're gonna have a bad day, bad night in this case.
With all their turnovers, is there anything that you can do, practice, like drill-wise, to work on it during the week, or does it alter your offense at all?
Does it alter? We have to do what we need to do to win, okay? And so some of those things are altering our offense in some ways. So I guess that's, I'm not gonna tell you how, or,
Right.
you know, right? But yeah, there's some things that we have to do. And practice-wise, you know, I think it's important that, you know, we try to punch the ball, strip the ball, you know, when we're going through practice.
Coach, what makes Daniil a special football player?
Well, he's a great athlete, number one, a great length and size and strength. And, you know, he's a guy that doesn't think he's a superstar. He thinks he's one of the guys. You know, he just tries to get better every single day. Now he's playing a lot more free. A lot of times those young guys are, you know, paint by the numbers guys, but he's a guy that if the tackle oversets him, he comes underneath. If he short sets him, he beats him around the corner. If he, you know, if he sits down on him, he long arm him and work the second move off of him. And so that's the development I see in him. You know, and it's been going on for maybe a year and a half now, but or maybe a year now. But he continues to get better. Comes in every day, asks what can I do to get better. So he's works extremely hard in the off season.
Sort of a weird follow-up, sort of a weird follow-up. I mean, you have a lot of humble players. Do you want him to be a little bit more of the superstar, you know, kind of have that nasty, if that makes sense?
Well, we're nasty. We can be nasty when we want to.
Yeah.
I think we're a blue-collar football team. I think, you know, we kind of try to do some of the offensive guys are a little bit more celebrities, but our digs. But you know, our guys are, you know, kind of guys we want in here. Guys that are passionate about football. They care about the team. They want to get better. They care about one another. So to me, that's more important than that. They have their own swagger and they have their own, I don't know what the word used, but nastiness, I guess. So they're good competitors.
I know guys are always working out, you know, even when they're not here, and especially with the bye, but is there an emphasis with how much do they do run hurry-up stuff for the defensive line of that football cardio and getting guys in and out? I mean, is that something coming out of the bye going this week that's...
Yeah, it won't be. I don't think it'll be too bad. They have a few days off. You know, we're working pretty good today and tomorrow and kind of go from there. You know, the biggest thing for us during the bye was to get off their feet. You know, I know some guys worked out, but it's about trying to get your legs back. You know, Daryl Johnson one time said, you know, back when the CBA was different, we'd have 2 days, and you beat they come into camp and they'd be in unbelievable shape, and you beat the crap out of them for 5 weeks, and then by the time you start the season, you know, you're all beat up. And so, you know, really what we try to do is in these few days that we had off, we tried to get back healthy again, you know, get our legs back, try to get refreshed, you know. Honestly, you know, I know the football team felt this way when you go 5 weeks in the preseason and you got nine games, you know, it's 14 weeks, 3.5 months, whatever that is. You know, you get to the point where, man, I just need a break. And you know, we got the break this next week, and hopefully they'll feel refreshed. I know they were tired, you know, going into last week, I thought. You know, so you kind of have to judge that. But I think the biggest thing is that we come back refreshed, excited about the 7-game stretch that we have coming up, excited about, you know, this opportunity that we have against the Bears, and you know, try to play our best football of the year at this time.